Hi ladies, it's Janice here and welcome to this week's edition of In Between Rounds. This week I want to talk about making sure you keep up with your strength training this summer. All right, summer is just around the corner and I know those of us here in Calgary wouldn't know it by the amount of rain we've been having lately, but it is just around the corner. We've already had some really great days, and already I'm seeing a lot of you increase your activity. So of course, this is great. This is what I want. I'm seeing people getting back into a lot of hiking or biking or outdoor sports in general. So the fact that we're all doing more is excellent, but I'm also here to remind you that these activities should not be replacing your strength training. It is still important that you make time for your strength training, all right? Those activities are not doing the same thing. The more active you are, obviously, the better. But we've done all this work, made so much progress, increased your strength that I do want you to make sure you keep going. Summer can be a busy time. There's lots of holidays, there's stuff going on. So it is okay for you to shift the balance between your strength training and your activities. Perhaps that means you do a little bit less strength per week than you have been during the winter. That's okay, but you should not be completely skipping it altogether. And I say this because your future you is counting on you not quitting. Because if you do, starting back in the fall is not going to be fun. So it's so important that we keep our bodies strong. That even if summer isn't the time of year that you really want to improve your strength, it's so important that you maintain it. So how I'm going to suggest that you make sure you continue with your strength is to do things like try moving your workouts outside. So especially on those really nice days where you just don't feel like doing a workout in the gym, I hear you. It's nice outside. Get outside, get that fresh air, but still get your workout in. There are so many benefits to working out outside, and I'll go over a few of them. First and foremost, outdoor activity will lower both your blood pressure and your heart rate. So that helps exercise actually feel less strenuous. And if it's feeling less strenuous, then generally speaking, you're actually going to be able to push yourself closer to that maximum performance. So you may actually feel like it's easier to make improvements or to get those few extra reps or push a little extra weight. So keep that in mind. That is a great trick if you're someone who's hitting a plateau, you're feeling like you aren't really getting anywhere. Try an outdoor workout. It might be exactly what you need to push it to the next level. Number two, the next benefit is outdoor workouts will actually help you with insomnia. Fresh air helps you fall asleep faster, and it's actually going to improve the quality of your sleep. The third benefit is, of course, the sunshine. And sunshine is basically like, this is energy for both your body and your mind. And of course, from the sun, we're going to get that daily dose of vitamin D that is very important for us in Canada after our long winters. So, but do keep in mind that when you are working out in the sun, you have an increased risk of sunburn. So make sure you are using sunscreen and make sure you bring water with you, because if you're exercising in the sun or in the heat, you are more likely to sweat more, to lose more water. So you may have an increased risk of dehydration if you're not hydrating properly during that workout. The next one, so number 4 here is kind of one of my favorites because basically it's about that variety. It is very important to sort of break up your routine and shift things around to help keep you interested. So Trying something new is always a big benefit. And so when it comes to the strength training, it could just mean doing it a bit differently with different equipment or a different environment, so your different surrounding. It's a great way to keep things refreshing, and that's going to lead to you being more effective when you do that actual workout. The last benefit, and it's a big one for a lot of us, it's free. There's no gym fees to be working out outside, so it's, again, a great way to switch things up without any extra cost. So I do think that this is the time of year. I'm a huge advocate, and I will continue to push you to move at least a couple workouts here and there outside. It's going to increase your well-being and definitely improve your mood. So now you're thinking, well, that's great, Janice. How do I move my entire gym outside? Or I'm someone who works out in a gym facility. Well, few options for you. So the first one, many of you do have dumbbells at home. So I'm going to suggest that you just take one set. Try to choose a medium set of dumbbells, and you can take that with you anywhere. It could be in your yard, or you can go to a park. But basically, that medium set of dumbbells will work for everything. You may just have to adjust the reps you're doing. So, for example, some of the leg exercises, you might generally be using heavier weights. Well, I'm going to suggest that you just up the reps for those exercises. If you're doing something like an overhead press with that medium weight and it's a little heavy for you, decrease the reps, because again, I do still want you using good form. So you can get through that workout with a single set of weights, especially because it's most likely that it's not going to be every workout that you're doing outside, so it's okay to have that little bit of variance in the weight that you're using, but still using a weight. Therefore, you're still adding that extra stimulus onto your muscles and challenging them just that little bit more. The other option you have is you can swap all of the dumbbell exercises for their banded equivalent, and there's a huge percentage of you that have a TRX. Here is your chance. Use that TRX. A TRX outdoors is fairly easy. You can use a tree, but a solid tree. However, I actually prefer to go to more of a park area, like a soccer field, and you can use the crossbars for your TRX. There are plenty of places on a playground or some of those outdoor workout areas that you could also attach things like your TRX or a band if you need a band up above. Or chest height. You know, that's why I love the soccer field, because the goal posts are great because you can use the vertical post as well as the horizontal to switch things up and get basically every height you would ever need. I did mention that, of course, we're doing strength, so we do want that external stimulus that you do get from your band or from your TRX. However, if you're at the cabin or you're camping and you're still trying to find that time to get your workout in, you can definitely swap your strength exercises for the body weight equivalent, especially if this is just, a few one-off times. Of course, as I've always said, you are going to get more benefit from the workout that you do versus the one that you skip. So a body weight workout is A-okay in my books. You can follow along. There's a bunch of videos in our vault that show you how to swap that. Simple things, all of the leg exercises are fairly straightforward to swap. Just do it without the weight. And for some of the upper body variations, chest press, you've got a push-up is going to work the same muscle groups. Any tricep exercise you can dip. Where you run into problems if you don't even have a band is it is harder to work your back and some of your shoulders. You can definitely do any of those prone exercises where you're laying down and just using the weight of your arms to activate those back muscles. But you can also add in more of the mobility work for your back instead of the strength, if that's the case, if you don't even have a band to use for, let's say, a row, for example. So please remember that summer is a great time to increase your activity and not skip those strength workouts. So please let me know if you need any help figuring out ways to work your strength training around your holidays, and ways that you can make sure that you're still getting it in while you're on holiday. If you're increasing your activity, I'm going to high five you because that is great. This is the time to do it. Get outside, get active, and of course, continue having fun. Have a great rest of your week, ladies. I will see you on the internet. Take care.